All right, yeah. So you were talking about your team, and you sent me like a long thing, and there's so many names in it. I couldn't understand what you were saying, so I wanted you to show me what you were talking about. I want to be able to look over your team in the league and stuff, so I can see. I feel like I'll be able to help you out better with my opinion.
Yeah, so the ESPN league is the one that I'm talking about. That's this one here. This is my team right now. What I was saying earlier is I just keep getting hit with injuries. I lost like Buka this week.
You gotta pull up the screen. I can't
Oh,
see. I can't see.
yeah, shoot, my fault. Yep. Sorry, still learning.
It's all good.
Let me get back to the Zoom.
I just saw a report. Chubba's at practice.
Yeah, I saw that too. You know, not really, not really happy about that. I guess
Don't
in a
you?
sense, not that I don't want him to not be injured. You know, I don't want anybody to be injured,
Is
but
Dowdle on a
at the same,
different team that you have?
no, Dowdle is on my team, so it just I was hoping that Dowdle was going to become this savior, so to speak, and now he's going back into committee, probably sharing at least to start. Um, can you see my screen now?
No.
What the hell? Let's see. Share, green, start broadcast. Three, two, one. Sorry. All right, back to this. All right, so this is my team that I'm talking about. Obviously, I got Drake May in for Allen this week on the bye. Uh,
Move the little guy off the top. The little
there you go.
Yeah, thank you. Dowdle, Bill. Is this the one where you play coaches too?
Yes, this is the one where I play coaches. So this week I got Steelers head coach. He's from what I looked at the odds, he's about 66 and something percent favorite to win this week. Steelers were Cincy on Thursday, so I went with him. I don't really like the head coach thing. I'm always nervous about the swing. It's only 5 point positive or a 5 point negative, win or lose. So if you win, you get five. If you lose, you get five. Uh, if you actually look this week, scoreboard, week 6, give you a little bit of idea of what happens. This one here, see both of these guys got -5. Look at how tight the matchup was.
Because he
103
played
points to be
Lions and Eagles. Oh, I see.
four.
And then he lost by a point.
Yeah. Oh, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. You just close the screen out.
I lost my audio on my.
Can't hear you.
There we go. I'm back on there. Can you see? There we go.
I
So
can
yeah, if
hear
you
you.
see,
I can't see.
can you see my screen again, or did I mess that up?
Nope, it's off. There you go.
Share the screen. It's fucking the audio up now. It won't go on my AirPods. Anyways, so yeah, as you can see, mm, I'm sorry, Dan.
It's all good. Ah, did you close the whole thing? Ah!
I think when I showed you, I had the Colts head coach, and I was wanting to drop the Colts head coach to
Oh,
pick up
yeah.
the Packers defense, which I wound up not doing.
Oh, I got
But
confused between the defense and the coach, I think, then.
yeah, yeah.
But
Um,
but
Go
Chubba's
ahead.
back at practice, and they're saying that Dowdle's back to being the number two. He probably will get more carries, but it'd probably still be like the backup, like just whenever Chubb is not the lead. At least that's what they're saying right now.
Yeah, I think that's what they have to say too, right? Because um, I mean, they paid Chubba all that money, right? So
Yeah, he's the paid, and Dowdle's 27, and he's a free agent at the end of the year. So like, they're more committed to Chubba. And it's likely that Dowdle just benefited from playing the Cowboys and the Dolphins and just like beat up on their bad run defenses.
yeah, yeah. I like I said, I was just kind of hoping with all the other ups and downs on my team that I had kindly finally landed somebody that was going to be solid. I do think that one of them may get traded. Uh, I think that's also a possibility. They wind up on another team. Uh,
Yeah,
if
they could
that
trade
happens,
Dowdle, and they have
I think
ETN who they drafted behind Dowdle too.
yeah. So I think Dowdle would probably be the likely of the two that gets traded. Where he goes, if he winds up being valuable, who knows?
There's another report that Dan Campbell said he wants a more even split in the backfield, that he wants Monty to get more carries.
I saw that too, but I also feel like that equals more goal line carries for Gibbs, if that makes sense. I think if we're gonna equal things out, all things will equal out.
I think they're just gonna hand him the like. I watched the one game they ran Gibbs, and then like Gibbs, I was playing against Gibbs, so I was like hoping he didn't score, and then they just like on total drives they just checked Gibbs out and he didn't see the field, and they just swapped him with Montgomery, and then they kind of they play a little bit different, like they're throwing the ball outside and getting Gibbs outside in space, and then the next drive they'll come back with Monty and they're running up
Yeah,
the middle.
yeah,
And
changes of pace.
I'm
I
higher
definitely see that.
I'm higher on Monty than you are, like going into the future.
I think I like Monty. I really do. I just again I think I, he doesn't catch many passes, right? So he's just not putting up the points that you would like consistently. You're always going to have that solid floor from him. I just would like to see at least somewhere on my roster somebody that I can rely on in the running back position, and I certainly have
Yeah,
none.
you don't have that here. It sucks.
Yeah,
And then so like now you got to weigh. So it's for me it's
this is also the league, to preface, the one that nobody even answers messages. Like last year was my first year back in this league after a long time, and I would be like, oh, hey, good game after every week, and crickets.
are they
So
people you know, or is it just random people?
no, it's people I know. It's people I went to high school with and stuff. We all graduated same year pretty much, except for Gold Woman is one of the guys' wives, obviously.
Oh, okay.
She's been in the league for a long time. It's really cool though to see them go head to head, every year and
Yeah.
talk shit on Facebook and whatnot. It's
And
actually kind of fun. It's not
how many
what you would
how many people are
go
in
ahead.
it? There's
It's a
12.
10 team league. 10 team league. This is the standings right now.
Is PPR
It's half PPR
half PPR? Huh.
with two flex spots. So you run one running back or wide receiver, and then tight end, two flexes, and kicker, defense, and that head coach position we discussed.
Hmm. Are you gonna play Dowdle this week? Because I would play Chubba over Dowdle.
So I was kind of waiting for reports to come out and see. I agree with you, but part of me feels like play the hot hand, right? I mean, Chubba's coming off the injury, and Dowdle's been playing really well. They're playing. Who are they playing this week? Let me get back in there. They're
The Jets. They're gonna
playing
beat the shit out
the
of the Jets.
Jets. They are going to beat the shit out of the Jets. The Jets. I mean, they've been playing fairly. I don't want to say good, but somewhat decent against the run. Um, I don't know, man. I think Dowdle might be the hot hand right now, especially with Chuba coming off the injury. If he is not 100%, because he's got to be seeing his job on the line, right? I mean,
Yeah.
after the
I'm sure
after
he'll
those two
get more
performances,
carries, but it's probably gonna. I would expect 10 or 12 with the reporting that Chubba. I think they're gonna give the job back to Chubba, and if he sucks and Dowdle keeps outrunning him, then eventually he might get a shot to take it. But I don't think he's taking the job, is what it seems like.
No,
But
I agree. I
at
don't think
least you
he's
have
taking it
both.
outright yet. No, yeah, I do have both. It just puts me in a conundrum of who to start this week, right? Like I agree with you. Do you start Chuba, who is probably going to get the nod at starting, or do I play the hot hand who's put up 200 yards
You could play them
in?
both. They're playing the Jets.
I would do that if I didn't have to start Tet. I kind of have to start Tet too. If you're, I don't know
Uh,
if you're looking at this.
yeah, I'm looking at it. Um,
So, oh shit, let me go back. Oh, that's the wrong button. So this is who I got starting now, and if you get a good mental note of that, I'll scroll up and let you see who's sitting on the bench there.
you have to start Debo.
Which I didn't start him this week, which I kind of, I'm thankful for. I think I talked to you about that too this weekend. Do I start him or Monty or Jamison Williams? Jamison Williams actually wound up being the better play of the three, but I played Monty,
Yeah, you were talking
who I
about
think,
volatile, and Jameson Williams is so volatile. It's like he sucks
yeah.
all the time, and then like once in a while he breaks out. He's not consistent at all. I don't like him.
So yeah, I was kind of just looking for him to have that big game, which he had. It was too risky. I went with the safer bet in Monty this week. I didn't play Debo just for the simple fact that he was questionable going into Monday night, and there was nothing really solid saying that he was or wasn't playing. I know that there was reports saying that he was leaning towards playing, or but I'd rather have the guaranteed guy playing in there on Sunday than show up Monday night trying to scramble for a guy. There's also once guys lock in this league on Sunday, that's it. So, for example, this weekend, Sunday at 1 o'clock, if Chuba's playing, not playing, doesn't matter. I can't move him or drop him. He's locked on my bench.
Yeah,
So,
I kind of like
you know,
Monty better than Mason
I do like that too.
this week.
I just feel like I think Mason might be, he might be coming off that bye week, looking to try and solidify more of a starting role or more of at least a timeshare with Jones coming back.
Is McCarthy starting again? Is he back?
I don't believe so. I do not believe so. I think it's still Wentz.
Yeah, that's why it's just like their offense might be stagnant. But another thing we were talking about the Panthers playing the Jets, and they keep asking him if the coach if they're gonna play Fields if he thought about benching him, and he got mad on Sunday night, and then he doubled down on Monday when they asked him. He got mad again, and he's like, "I'm not benching a guy after one bad game," and he's been doing good things, and all the Jets fans are kind of upset. But I think he's sticking with his guy and stuff. But if the Jets get another like 30-point blowout in like the later half of that game to the Panthers, I think that then we'll see changes, like maybe trading Brees Hall or benching Fields or uh
I
like
saw reports that Hall is a candidate to go to the Chargers, actually.
oh really?
Yeah, I saw that a little while ago. Um, obviously Vidal came out and played well, but they want to get some sort of, I guess, more solid play in the backfield. I don't know how true that is or what, but I saw it in a couple different places, so I'd imagine there's some sort of murmurs, um, which surprises me. I think that doesn't bode well for Hampton, who must be more injured than they're letting on.
Wait, who's injured?
Marion Hampton.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. It's a knee. Maybe it's real bad. I don't know. They haven't really said. They just put him on 4-week IR, but it could maybe it is season ending. Who
I
knows?
thought it might be. Wasn't it his hammy or his knee? I don't. I
I thought it
honestly
was a
don't.
knee.
It
But
could
then
be.
again,
I
that
don't
just
know.
shows
I
that they're
don't.
not being fucking straight up about it.
Yeah, and I don't have him on any of my rosters, so I'm not really following him that well. I know he had a couple of games right before he got hurt. He was set to break out or whatever, but it's really tough for anybody that's holding him. Anybody who holds Brees and goes over there, I think that could be a good fit.
Yeah, I offered him. So this is my. You could see this, right? It's a weird view. It's better on the phone, but I finally won a game, so I'm 1-5, and I'm playing 5-1 this week. But I did offer this guy Chase My Shadows. He's got Jaden, Bijan, Brees, London, McMillan, Adams, Warren. I'm trying to get Brees off of him. And he said he was interested, but he hasn't really responded too much. I did send him a message a couple hours ago, and I said I'm gonna take back my offers, but I'm still open to trade. But I will cancel out I'm not gonna leave them there. I offered him Dowdle and a late 26 first, and I
Yeah, I
also
mean I don't mean to cut you off, but he knows what's on the table at this point. You
yeah, he's
you
not
talked to
stupid.
him. You said he's not stupid. You said he knows about the possible trade talks. He knows about all of what's going on.
Yeah,
You
the
can't leave
news
it
with
out there forever.
Chubba coming back today to practice, and then them saying that Hubbard is the starter again. That kind of like kills my Dowdle and first round pick trade. But I also sent him Brashard Smith and a first round pick as an offer, and he did say he was interested. But I think he's just busy and he hasn't gotten back to me. But he knows like
So,
the upside. But you're also gambling that he stays on the Jets because this team's ready to like push for a championship, and Brees Hall staying on the Jets, he's kind of risking Hall being shitty and possibly staying there for extended period of time. I mean, if they franchise tag him next year, then he's just got Brees
oh yeah,
Hall.
he's in trouble. He's in trouble. If
So
they franchise tag him next year, this guy is. I mean, anybody who takes him, even you're in trouble. I
yeah,
think
but I
you're
like the
smart enough to
upside.
deal him. I think you're smart enough to deal him somewhere too. If that happens, right? You'll find something that makes sense for your team.
Yeah,
Um,
I just want to. I'm trying to buy Brees low because he's definitely worth like two first round picks, and if he goes on a really good team with a good offensive line, he could be worth more than two first round picks. It's like his potential, just like Saquon is like going from a shitty team to finally like a good team eventually. He just might be following Saquon's path right now, and
and I could definitely see him even getting traded this season for sure.
but
I mean, there's a lot of people who are running back needy right now. Chargers,
they talked about the Bears, and
Arizona.
then Swift got like 150 yards the other night. So I don't know if the Bears will be looking for a running back.
Yeah, but who did they play? Didn't they play?
Commanders.
Oh yeah, I mean they have a fairly decent defense, so I guess 150 against them is nothing to write off. But I think he's just. I think they do need a better running back in Chicago. He's Swift is too inconsistent.
And then a lot of dynasty people are saying the hot pickup, or a lot just fantasy people in general, dynasty and regular fantasy. Everybody's saying pick up Burden with the DJ Moore. Nobody knows what happened to him, why he ended up in the hospital, but Burden had the most fantasy points the other night. He didn't have the most targets, but he's been showing flashes, and it's before he's got like an actual starting position. He's running like 30% of routes or something. If
Did I
he
lose
steps
you?
in, yeah, Luther Burden. If he steps into a role where he's getting 70, 80% of routes, that his talent is so high. So it'd be nice if we see a Luther
Hello.
Burden breakout.
Oh, for some reason I lost the audio there for a second, but yes, I definitely agree with Burden. I saw that he had a couple of catches. Um, I don't know what happened with Moore. He got hit, looked like he kind of maybe rolled his ankle or something, went out, and then he came back in and he just didn't seem right the rest of the game.
Why
Um,
would he spend the night in the hospital for an ankle though?
that's a great question. I don't know. Maybe it was maybe he got caught a concussion. Maybe he got hit, rung his bell pretty well and just nobody
Yeah.
kind of noticed it.
I didn't see
Uh,
anything. I didn't see any of it. I didn't see him go down or him get hit or anything at all. So I don't know.
no, yeah, I saw the thing about the hospital thing afterwards. I think it was like the next day or maybe even later the next day that it was. I saw about the hospital. I don't know why. Um, for all we know, maybe he got fucking sick, and he was getting IV fluids and all that stuff. And you
Yeah.
would think they'd be able to do that at the facility. I don't know.
What about I'm gonna play Caleb against the Saints over Herbert versus the Colts. How do you feel about that?
Caleb, say that again. Caleb
Caleb
versus Saints.
or Herbert versus the Colts.
I like Caleb versus the Saints over Herbert versus the Colts. The Colts have been playing very good ball. Um,
And
I
Herbert's
think,
line's all banged up.
yeah, I think Herbert's also what he's down. Quentin Johnson's hurt. Keenan Allen has kind of lost his pep in his old step after 6 weeks now. He hasn't been
Yeah.
really doing much.
I'm
Um,
disappointed
I,
with the Chargers. They looked so good like the first 4 weeks, and then they got all banged up. Now they're
I
kind of
do like that
middling.
tight end. I do like that tight end over there that you had mentioned a while back.
Gadsden.
What's his name? Gadsden. Yes, I do like him starting to produce a little bit to help out. Um,
Yeah, this fucking team, man, with my tight ends, I sat Tucker Kraft. He gets 30 points. Last week, I played Gadsden against the Dolphins. He did, or was it the Dolphins? Yeah, it was the Dolphins. I played Gadsden. He didn't do shit. Then this week,
did
fucking Gadsden goes off. Like, I can't get it right with playing my tight ends.
So I think Gadsden with I think Ladd obviously is going to step up with injury and Allen not playing well, but I think you got something there in Gadsden if he if they continue to have the injuries that they have and play the way that they do. I think Vidal, he's not going to get a lot of checkdowns. I don't think he's more of a between the lines guy. No, I honestly haven't done much research into
I think
Vidal.
Haskins is like the bigger back, and then Vidal is like faster
Okay,
receiving back.
okay, so he may get some checkdowns. Okay, so that's probably why he did so well last week. I didn't watch that game. Um,
Yeah, they were tossing him
yeah,
the ball. He's more electric. I feel like he's more big play potential than Haskins. Is probably why they like him.
yeah, that makes sense. But I mean, the reports now with them looking to maybe get Brees, that's also tough.
Yeah,
It
both
makes you
those
wonder
guys.
what's going to happen.
I avoided them altogether in all my leagues. It was I
I
don't want
picked
any
up
part of it.
I picked up Vidal this week just because he was still there, and I'm kind of in a similar situation on my other in my other league when it comes to running backs. So I actually it's pretty much damn near the same situation. I have Chuba and Rico. I have Jordan Mason. Um, I had Chase Brown. I traded him away. I traded him, Godwin, and a couple of the Arizona backs I had talked to you about. I wound up sending them for Ladd and Bucky Irving, which the guy who I traded wasn't as silly as I thought. He wound up picking up Rashad White right before the trade went through, which
Okay.
kind of fucked me. He
Well,
knew what he
Bucky
was
will come
doing.
back. Bucky will come back.
Yeah.
Probably not this week. Maybe next week. Actually, with the Dowdle thing, I'm not risking it like you are with Dowdle. Like, I'm not signed in, but I'm going to bench Dowdle, and I think I'm going to play Brian Thomas.
Okay.
I benched Brian Thomas the last 2 weeks, but he's kind of started to produce. So I'll have Rice back. Rice, Nico Collins, and Brian Thomas. Krosky Merritt is volatile. Like, he's up and down, like you said about your running backs, but the Dallas matchup is too good, so I'm going to play him. And the Judkins matchup with Miami, that's too good. So I'm just going to play matchups. I am playing the 5-1 team, but he lost Garrett Wilson, is injured. The Ravens are on bye, so he doesn't have Henry. Saquon's underperformed. They're playing Minnesota, who's actually kind of been bad against the run. So Saquon might have a good week. And then he's
Yeah,
got
but
McCaffrey
they
too.
have all the pieces in Minnesota to be a decent defense.
Did,
I just for some reason it hasn't been clicking.
Josh Allen's on bye this week.
Yes,
Oh,
Josh
so
Allen is
so he
bad
doesn't
this
have
week.
Josh Allen either. So I have a chance to beat the 5-1 team this week. I have to keep this season alive for this team. But
Were you ever able to do the Bowers trade?
I did the Bowers trade in another league. You want me to show you?
Yeah, sure. I didn't realize. I thought it was for this week. And do
Yeah,
you
that's
have
why I
Mason
wanted to
Taylor?
do this so that we could, because I get mixed up with what teams that we're talking about.
Do you
The
have Mason Taylor anywhere?
Yeah, in the tight end. This so can you see my screen?
Yeah.
This is the sleep. This one's through sleeper. I'm 5-1, and this is the dynasty startup draft that I did in what was it?
Yes,
End of
where you picked up
August.
we picked up neighbors and
Yeah, we drafted. I asked you. You helped me draft like the beginning of this team. So we had
yeah,
neighbors.
yeah,
So it's super flex. So everybody plays two quarterbacks, but it's tight end premium. So tight ends get 2 points per catch. So they're way stronger. That like the elite tight ends are way stronger. But this team
right.
is good. With Njigba was a great pick. It was like the third pick or fourth pick, maybe even deeper because Barkley and Henry were taken early on. I don't remember the order of drafting, but I have Mason Taylor in this league, which is good, and then Bowers is still down here on the bench. And the Raiders coach, said the other day that they might sit him for the long haul until he's 100% healthy, and they have a bye week next week, so he won't play
I saw
this week.
that.
Bye
I
next
saw.
week. Maybe he'll come back. I don't know.
I also saw that they might deal Jacoby Myers
Oh, really?
to I believe the Patriots.
Okay. Send him back. Is
Yeah.
Yeah. So tight ends
Uh,
are way more. So that's why it was such a big trade. Even though I gave up Neighbors, Burden in a second, I got Bowers in this league. But Bowers is young, and tight end is very strong in this league. Like they're
you know, I
taking
think
over weeks.
between him and Mason, you got two good, really young pass catching,
Well, that's who he
playmaking right
wanted in
there.
the trade. He wanted Neighbors and Mason. And I was like, nah, I'm not giving up Mason.
Yeah, no, I think that was a good play there for sure.
It was just Justin
Uh,
Fields has to fucking figure it out and stop being a bum.
yeah, yeah. I mean, who knows? Maybe you do get Tyrod. I've seen a lot of things that people are saying that it's not just the fans; it's also a lot of the players in the locker room have are kind of standing behind him. I don't know how true that is, but I guess we'll see what happens. I think you're right. If they get blown out another game or two, they're going to have no choice but to go another way.
And this week I'm playing a 4-2 team. He's got a decent team. It's okay. He just traded like an hour or so ago. He traded Aaron Rodgers and he got Nick Chubb. So I don't know. Two washed up old guys. This is a dynasty. There hasn't been a lot of movement, and the overall player pool, since our rosters are so big, and you play two quarterbacks, the overall player pool is like pretty shallow. There ain't shit as far as free agents. Like I'm holding Bridgewater, and I paid 30 fab to get Jacoby Brissett last week when I saw Kyler Murray might not play on like Monday or Tuesday. I picked up Brissett, which ended up being a pretty good move. But like as far as getting a quarterback, the quarterbacks are so shallow in this, dude. Like they have up to third string quarterbacks that I'm considering I would have to drop somebody, but stashing Deshaun Watson.
Wow.
Like that's how, just to take a flyer. Like just that's how people are hoarding quarterbacks in this league because they're so valuable. in
So but
Superflex.
that's because you run the Superflex, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've never played in Superflex like that. That's crazy.
he's got Daniel Jones and Mahomes, which is pretty good. I have Mayfield and Bryce Young, and I don't really
That's not
have
bad.
anything else. I mean, you could flex something else. So I kind of just passed on quarterback and drafted depth while everybody else was taking second and third string quarterbacks. But if it came down to it, when one of them has a bye, then I'll just have to flex somebody else or just take the L that week. So, did you have another team you wanted to pull up?
Yeah, I have one more team I can pull up. Hang on one second. Let me get to the share option
It
here.
says we have 10 minutes and it's going to end our meeting. Oh no, 5:40 left and it's going to end our meeting. So,
So this is my other team here. Kind of similar to the way you drafted over there in that
Mayfield and
startup.
Jigba, Mad Nice.
Mayfield Majigba. I got McConkey. I got Dowdle, Jordan Mason, Hunter Henry, Nico, Badgley in Green Bay, and then on my bench I got Ted McMillan. I just picked up Adal, Ertz, Egbuka, Kyler, CD, and then obviously in my IR I'm
Yeah, you have
stashing
way
Hubbard.
better
And
depth in this one. How many teams are in this league?
this is a 10 team. This is kind of
You
a
drafted pretty
very
good then. It has
yeah, a
way better
very
depth than your ESPN team.
varied skill level in this one. The ESPN league is definitely a lot more competitive. I
What
traded,
what's
like
your
I said,
record on this team?
right now I am 4-2. The league actually is 5-1, 4-2, 4-2, 3-3, and then the rest are all 2-4.
Oh, okay.
And actually, this team here, Nelson and my brother Nick, they played this week, and my brother held him off to take the 5-1. Else it would have been split 4-2 for the top half, and then 2-4 bottom, which
Yeah, a
would have
lot
been
of
a
four
kind
and two
of
teams.
yeah, it would have been a lot kind of interesting split with everybody being exactly the top five being same record, bottom five being exact same record, and just inverse numbers too. It would have been kind of interesting. Um, but I'm not looking bad in this league. I like this league, or I like my team in this league. Obviously worried about running back. I did throw out a little feeler to see if somebody was high on Dowdle, if they would take him. I said I would give 3-for-1 Dowdle, Coubert, and Mason or Vidal coming off of his high game. Um,
If you could sell
for
somebody like McMillan or something for like a really good running back, like a solid running back, because you have McConkey and Jigba, CD. Who else do you have down there? Did you have one more really good one?
Egbuka.
Egbuka too, yeah. So you have like surplus of great wide receivers, so you could try to sell McMillan or McConkey. McMillan's probably higher and less. I mean, he could continue to go off, but if you could sell him for like a fucking Josh Jacobs, or if you could pair him with somebody and get John Taylor, one of the really elite backs, that would benefit your team because you
So,
only got
like I said,
one flex.
I I was trying to capitalize, like you said this morning, get off the Dowdle train and just capitalize on his value right now, coming off of two huge games. Uh, I
Yeah,
threw
we
him.
missed the boat. It's too late. I think everybody knows now.
Uh, I don't know. The kid that I sent the thing this morning, I told him who Hubbard, Dowdle, and either Mason or Vidal for just Josh Jacobs. Now I know that's kind of a stretch, but looking at the value without the waiver adjustment, which I don't necessarily understand, I need you to kind of explain that to me one day, how the waiver adjustment works on these fucking apps there for trade analyzation. It's not that far off.
For
It's
who?
really not.
Who for Dow?
Uh, for Jacobs, so it would be. Hold on, let me go back here. I don't want to X out of the wrong thing. League. So it would be this 4-1 team here. He's got Saquon, Jacobs, and Stevenson. Those are his only three backs.
Who are your backs? Can you pair a back with like Tat and
I could
get
probably,
Jacobs?
I could,
You have to
I could
give him a running
probably,
back that's worth. Yeah, Dowdle and Tat for Jacobs. I would do.
and just stash Chuba on my bench.
Yeah, you'll have Chuba on your bench. What I'm trying to do is take your surplus of wide receiver because you only can play 3 wide receivers. So you could keep 4, but it would benefit you if you could swap one of them and add a star running back. Then Bucky will come back. You have Jacobs, Bucky, CD will come back. You have CD, Egbuka will come back. So you're kind of punt for like a week or two, but eventually,
Well,
like, your team could be like a superpower type of thing.
what What do you think about Nico instead of Tet?
Nico's fine. I mean, the Texans' offense has been kind of bad, like, but
Well,
he's
that's
gonna
what I
get his
mean.
targets. It's
Send
gonna close out our meeting. Do you want to make a new meeting and keep talking or what?
I mean, we can.
Oh fuck!
Let me just, yeah, just
Hold on.
send me the thing. Oh, good. So this is my team that I was talking about here. Where?
Yeah, this one. Yeah,
So
this is a good team, and you have a surplus of wide receivers. But what I'm thinking, you could keep the depth, and it's fine the way it is. But thinking about playoffs and just spreading it out, like if you could send one of the receivers and Dowdle or something and get Jacobs. I'm just thinking about what your lineup would be for playoffs. Or
I
McConkey, but I feel like the value is higher for McMillan and the future value. Oh, you have Collins too. Jesus Christ. Yeah, you need to.
well, that's why I said. So if I have Collins, I was thinking about sending Collins instead of McMillan, just because they've been playing so bad in Houston. I don't know, man.
Yeah, they're both. They're kind of similar. They're both going to get a lot of targets, and they're both on bad teams. So it's like
I don't. I think Coker's gonna start creeping up in targets on McMillan.
I watch a lot of the
It,
Panthers, and Bryce like forces the ball to McMillan. He's gonna make sure that McMillan like gets his targets, even if they're bad throws or like whatever. Like he's gonna hyper target McMillan, and it's the same for Collins. Collins is gonna still get his 8 targets a game. It's just both of them are on bad teams, and it's volatile. So it's like if you could get rid of one of them, well, not get rid of, but be able to swap them for like a really good running back, like a Jacobs or whatever that team that you showed before. He has Barkley too. You probably won't trade Barkley, but
yeah,
something like that
I'm
would
not
probably
really
be
high on Barkley right now.
yeah.
So I did, like I said, I offered him Dowdle, I offered him Hubbard, and I offered him either Vidal or Mason. Vidal obviously doesn't add up all the way once I put it in, like
For
the
who? Jacobs?
yeah,
Oh, you
in the
already did it.
fantasy. Yeah, yeah. I didn't like send an offer. I just kind of picked his brain. I sent a text, like, hey, what would you think? And he was like, I'm thinking about it. I'll text you when I get home. Now that was earlier today. We'll see what happens. Um, But if I could get rid of him, if I could get rid of those three guys at least for Jacobs, and then move one of those receivers for a better tight end, I think I'm unbeatable in this league.
Is Gadsden a free agent?
No, he's not. He got scooped up.
Yeah, Bucky.
But if I
Ertz
had
is
Bucky,
fine. Ertz is fine enough. But
yeah,
you're thinking the right thing. I would try to get Jacobs. That's who you targeted already.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay, so you're thinking the same thing I'm thinking. But I would give up one of the really good receivers. It would be Tat or Collins. Like if you want to take the
So
chance on the rookie.
if he counters on that, then I'll obviously be open to it. I think, but if he's gonna bite on my initial offer for all three, Shit, I'll give him all four. Take Vidal too.
Yeah, well, you need the bench space too because the guys coming off IR. Eventually, you'll need that space back anyway. So you have like
Exactly.
surplus of like good players, and you
I,
actually
I
do
need to
have.
make at least I need to make at least two spots, right? So realistically, I could give up Kyler, okay, just stream a running back when Baker's out. I could give up, you know, one of the tight ends, Ertz or Henry, and just stream if I need to. But really, I don't want to have to do that. I just want, like you said, just free up some spots
Yeah,
and
you can only play three wide receivers, and you have like
yeah,
five good
yeah,
ones. So,
yeah.
and that only for like I know it's like mid season and guys get injured and stuff, but that's what my other league. I'll show you now that I can transition into. I'll show you my other league. Oh shit! Did I close it? Um, for what the hell? I want to show this. Okay.
This is your redraft.
Okay, yeah, this is the redraft. It's 14 teams, and I am right here. I'm number 8, a Mecha Egg Big Boo. And I had Baker and Henry, and I traded them like 3 weeks ago for Jaden Daniels when he was hurt to try
Okay.
to like put together a lineup for playoffs. And then I lost Egbuka. He'll be hurt this week. But like it's really shallow in this league. But yeah, I was trying to. That's why I made the move. Like I sold Baker high, and got off Henry before the Ravens. Actually, everybody realized the Ravens are kind of bad, and he had that bad game. He did okay last week, but I got out on Henry, and hopefully Daniels come playoff time will be good. It's really
Are you able to trade for Charbonnet to handcuff to Walker over there?
I could. They everybody there's a bunch of guys that like spam like shitty trades all the time, and they pissed me off like trying to get Jacobs the other day, and I like yelled at him, and then I was like, but like if you want to piece together like package like Ken Walker's available if that's what you're trying to do, if you're like trade happy and stuff. Nobody really like bid on it, and I'm not gonna like go out and try to shop him and offer him to people.
No, I'm not saying you necessarily grab a trade away Walker. I'm saying I don't know what your bench is. Yeah, I don't know who you
I've
try to trade
I
away to
have
try and get
Travion.
Charbonnet.
I traded at the time that I traded Henry away. Benson was becoming the RB1 and then went to IR. So I've got Benson on IR
Yeah.
and Travion. I'm just waiting for him to break out. So it's Walker and Jacobs that I've got. And if Travion eventually he will break out and be the lead back, I'm planning on. But this week, I mean, without Egbuka, I'm kind of screwed. I'm playing 3 tight ends: Fannin, Schultz, and Mason Taylor, just because
Oh,
the waivers is not very good. I stashed Burden last week.
yeah, it's shallow though.
It's shallow. And then my other buddy, where is he? Eddie.
The only reason while you go to that, the only reason why I ask about Walker is it seems like Charbonnet's getting a lot of the carries that count close to the goal line.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I kind
Uh,
of like want out on Walker. I mean, he's fine. Like he's a workhorse. Like I'll stay with it. But like if somebody was willing to take him, or I could get out on the whole Seahawks running back situation, that's what I was trying to do. But like running
yeah,
backs are so valuable in this league, and everybody undervalues like Walker in this league. This is my buddy's team, and he auto drafted, and his team's pretty shit. He is got 1 win or whatever. He's got Fields, Myers, Leggett, John
I
Taylor.
mean, Jonathan Taylor at his whatever his draft position in this league was probably his best draft pick. It
Yeah.
looks like.
He's got Hampton, who's on IR. I think his first pick was might have been Collins or something. I don't remember what the auto draft was. Maybe it was John Taylor. I don't remember.
Yeah, either Taylor
I
or
offered him Egbuka, Ken Walker, and Travion Henderson for John Taylor last week, but it was something I lamented and I thought about. And considering like how important depth is, and if Taylor goes down, I would be sending 3 productive players for 1 guy. I mean, but
yeah, I think we talked about that, and at the time, obviously, Agbuka wasn't hurt, right? So I think that was definitely a good decision. Even still, after Agbuka being hurt, I think you made a good call there.
yeah, I tried to get out, but I mean, I was trying to sell Egbuka high because I feel like he puts it over the top, and I don't know if like he'll keep getting 25-point games throughout the whole season through the playoffs. But if I plugged in John Taylor with Josh Jacobs and then have Daniels and I don't know,
So
hopefully he
I was
breaks
worried
out.
about Igbuka. I was worried about Igbuka for the long haul too, but I think um,
At this point, you just got to keep him, and you can't trade him because he's hurt now.
well that but I also think that the Bucks have a decent strength of schedule in the playoffs, fantasy playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think their last 3 games, I think maybe week 15 is their hardest out of the 3. Um,
They play Atlanta week 15.
yeah, I think that's their hardest out of the 3. So if you take that game away and you plug Igbuka somewhere in a flex or what do you guys play in this league?
There's 2 flex.
So yeah, I mean, if you plug him in at one of the flexes at that point,
I need him. I passed on wide receiver. I've got Pearsall, who's been out. Pearsall and Igbuka are my wide receivers. And then I drafted all. My first 4 picks were running backs. And then Henry I traded away. Then
mm,
Benson I got later. He'll come back. So actually, yeah, for playoffs, I'll have Benson. Hopefully Henderson is producing. Those will be my flexes with Walker, Jacobs, Egbuka, and Pearsall with Jaden Daniels. It's a pretty good team on paper for a playoff push. It's just right now with all the injuries and bye weeks and stuff.
yeah, I mean, and Pearsall,
Floundering.
they Niners have a really good strength of schedule all season. I think just in general. Now I don't know about the fantasy playoffs in particular, but I think all year they have a really good schedule. Oh, that's not you with Rice on your team.
No, this is the first place team. So this guy, he traded fucking the guy sent him CD Lamb for Judkins. He got Judkins, Evans, somebody else for and he sent this guy CD Lamb last week. He already had Odunze and McMillan, and then he got Lamb, and he's had McCaffrey and A-Chain, and he just got Rice back off of the thing. So this team at 5-1 is like really, really,
Yeah,
really stacked considering like the depth of this league, and most teams, the good teams, like have one spot where it's like you're playing like your second flex, you're playing like a third number 3 receiver on a team or something
yeah.
like that.
Somebody projected with like 6, 8 points at best.
So his team is pretty stacked. And like the guy who was a team that needed him, it was this guy. Oh, he got Travis Hunter. So he got Travis Hunter, Judkins, and Mike Evans for CD, which kind of filled out his depth a little bit. He was nervous about running back, and he was like freaking out about it because he only had James Cook.
Yeah,
Harvey didn't play out for him.
no,
So, and I was like, I understand. He was like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I understand why you made the trade, but I wouldn't have done it. And then, like, now, if you look at this guy's team, you just gave him CD with McCaffrey, A-Chain, CD, Rome,
and
right down the
sometimes
back.
that's why you don't do it, right? Is because when you look at the others, and that's a lot of time why, like, as much as vetoes suck in a league, right? That's a lot of time why wild trades get vetoed. Not because it's unfair, but it's because it gives somebody that next level to
Yeah.
that much be that much closer to winning the championship.
Well, usually,
Um,
like, I had veto up because I'm the commissioner of this, and I had veto up to start, but two guys made a trade on like a Wednesday, and it was the week that the Rams played on Thursday night, and Kyron Williams was in the trade, and then they started bugging on Thursday morning when the trade's gonna go through, and I was like, well, it takes 2 days for a trade to go through, and they're like, well, what's gonna happen with Kyron on Thursday Night Football? So if the team that traded away Kyron had Kyron in his lineup, it would lock the players on the teams until the following week. And then they asked
yes,
me to push the trade through, so I turned off trade vetoing, and now I have sole discretion to. I just push a button and it sends the trade through instantly. And I'm not going to veto any trades because unless it's just somebody giving all their good players to another team, I'm not going to veto any trade. I'm just going to push it through because the one guy that joined has been he was offering when he joined our league, he was offering shitty trades, trying to trade away AJ Brown through the first 3 weeks, but get like full
oh
price
yeah,
for
yeah,
him
you
and
were
all that
telling me,
shit.
yeah,
And I like ridiculed him because he was just being ridiculous and annoying, like with like his bullshit. And I was just making fun of him, and then I was like, I said, "You guys suck at trading," because they were just like, "Oh, give me your best player. I'll give you my shitty bench player." And I was like, "You guys suck at trading." But I guess he held a grudge against me, and he just kept saying, "Oh, it'd be nice if the commissioner let us make trades in this league." And he went on, and he kept saying it, and then eventually I fucking snapped on him, and so I don't want. And he was like, "Oh, you never been a commissioner before. You're a shitty commissioner and all this shit." And I was just like, "Dude, all I was saying was how you go about trying to make a trade." Like, since then he made one trade, but it was he was pissed that he took it personally that I was saying that he sucks at fantasy football. I was like, dude, everybody sucks at fantasy football. Like, there's no like, it wasn't
yeah,
personal. I was saying like the way that you were doing business was like sucks. Like, there's no trading with you, and I don't want to negotiate with you if like your starting point is just like garbage. And if you're constantly doing it, it just becomes annoying. And like, multiple people have come to me in private and told me that he's annoying and sent me screenshots of them being annoying. And so eventually I aired it. I was like, you got some of you guys, people are complaining that you got what you guys are sending is garbage. Because the one kid said last week, he was like, oh, it'd be nice. I never get like a counter or anything. And I was like, I'll tell you that most people have complained to me about the trade offers and stuff. And they're probably just annoyed and they just automatically decline and they don't even look. But that's kind of
yeah,
your own doing by sending trash all the time. Like, people just don't take you seriously.
yeah. No, totally makes sense. I have trades open in, or it's set the same way in my ES or my Yahoo league. Um, I'm the commissioner, and if a trade goes through, I pretty much approve it. As soon as it goes through, after, I'll look at it pretty much, make sure it's not anything really crazy, lopsided, no collusion, craziness going on,
Yeah.
and I'll approve it right away. Um, no reason not to. I think it kind of takes the one sidedness of it out there of people just not wanting other teams to get better. I mean, that's what trading is for. So if you're not trading, you shouldn't be hating on other people's trades.
Yeah. If
You
I
know,
wasn't being objective and I was like an asshole, I would have blocked this guy getting CD Lamb.
and then so right, like, so if I approve a trade and all of a sudden 5, 6 people from the league come to me and they say 6 o'clock baked potatoes in the oven, text me yesterday. Love you, bye. If I approve a trade and all of a sudden 4 or 5 people come to me and they're like, dude, like, what did you do? Why would you approve this trade? Then I'm obviously going to reconsider and relook at it. But for the most part, you never even see that. Guys don't even really complain about them afterward once they go through.
Yeah.
It's the when there's a vote, when there's a veto up, that's when people will be like, oh, this is crazy.
Yeah. In the Flea Flicker League, when the one guy got McCaffrey for 2 future picks, like one of the teams like was upset about it, but
Which I mean, I think that's a completely fair trade at the time. This was the beginning of the season, right? This was
yeah, it was just more about he made it he made it that trading future picks, like he traded 2027 and 2028 firsts, and he made the point of he could trade away all his future capital and win the league and then just quit. But these guys had played together for like 10 plus years, and the guy who made the trade, like I don't think that he's just gonna do that and quit. But like
I mean, and even
hypothetically,
if even if you do, the person buying the team is technically going to walk into a championship team that should, in theory, compete for the next year,
well
championship again,
he
right?
bought Henry, he bought McCaffrey, and he's got
Oh,
Saquon. So he's basically like sold out for this year for like older players.
yeah. I mean, technically, Saquon. I mean, I don't know how much Henry will be able to do next year, but technically, Saquon and CMC should be help him contend for a championship next year too.
Yeah,
Uh, does he have other pieces to sell off? Worst case scenario, if things start to go downhill.
not necessarily. He's got so this is the team
Like
that we're talking
hypothetically,
about.
if I bought, hold on, let me flip my screen so I can see it better. Hypothetically, if I bought this team, he's got Baker, CMC, Saquon, Rashad White. How old is Rashad? He's old, right? DK, who's old. AJ
He's like
Brown,
26, I
who's
think,
DK or AJ Brown, who's Trey McBride. I mean,
and he's got Josh Allen, dude.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. I
He's
gave him
got
Derrick
Brock
Henry
Purdy.
last week or last year.
Yeah, that's when you first got the
This
team,
is the
right?
guy that I'm playing. This is the guy that's in first place. So he's traded all his future draft. This is Dynasty. He's traded all his future draft capital through all the years to get all the best. He acquired McCaffrey this year. He got Henry last year. He had Saquon and Josh Allen. But basically, like, he bought like elite players who are older, but his window is very short. Like if
Right. Well,
McCaffrey is like a dice roll, like he could still get injured at any time, and he's constantly injured. Saquon has an injury history and just hasn't had a good season. He's still a top back. Henry's might be on his downfall, and Josh Allen started off good, but he played the Dolphins, the Jets, the Ravens, who we now know are shit. And the last 2 weeks, Josh Allen hasn't really performed. So
yeah, he needs a fucking wide receiver bad.
yeah, this guy, it's a co-owners. There's two owners. They're kind of a dick, so like that's why the
Well,
owners
so
don't want him. But
but back to the guy's point that was bitching about the trade. Just if this was me and I walked in and I bought this team next year, I'm keeping Baker. I'm trying to ship McCaffrey. I may try to ship Saquon. Who knows? Depends. I don't know.
Baker's like
Um,
32. They're overall, it's a pretty like
but
late
but
window
I would.
team.
Yeah, but I think I would keep. I think I would keep Baker. I think Baker next year. I think he should obviously continue to be with the Bucks, and as long as he stays healthy, I think with the receiving options that he has there, he should may
He
not put
he
out the season he is this year, but do well.
he got Baker after the McCaffrey trade from the one guy who had the team that I was trying to get you to take. That guy
Yeah.
basically gave away Baker and T Higgins to him for third round picks. So he acquired Baker a couple weeks ago after the McCaffrey trade. That guy just decided to blow everything up and has gotten rid of everything all for draft capital.
So, but I still see a way out for anybody who were to buy this team. I see things that you can pieces that you can maybe move. You're not going to get.
Yeah, in like 2029, 2030, this team will be rough because he'll have had no draft picks for 3 years and the team
No,
is
you
older, but he'll just start a
next
rebuild.
next season you got to start rebuilding. You ship AJ Brown, you ship Saquon, you ship CMC, you try to get pieces for them, guys that
Yeah.
are younger that may play well.
These guys
Um,
have been together a long period of time. So like, yeah, maybe there will be a team that's like a contender that'll want AJ Brown, but also like the way he does business and like just the relationships that have been formed through this league being together for so long. It seems like the sentiment is nobody's gonna fuck with him after this type of shit.
oh, so he
So
he's fucked moving forward.
we might leave him on an island so that he can ride out AJ Brown and I mean,
That also bodes well for other players, right? I mean, if you could go in and pick pieces apart
yeah.
that you like, even if it's just for a year or two, you're just looking for pieces.
In a lot of other leagues, if you're gonna send like a 2027 first, you'll pay up front for that league. So if you abandon, it's just a problem in Dynasty. People will trade future capital for years that they haven't paid for. It doesn't work out. They go all in. It doesn't work out, and then the team does. It kind of has a rocky future, and you have to work through the decision you made. And people will just give up on the team, and then it leaves whoever takes over. They have no draft pick, and you're kind of
Yeah,
locked
it's
in.
why am I buying this team?
Yeah.
I have no future here.
So other leagues like you'll pay up front, but this league it's $150 a year. So if you're trading like 27 and 28, you owe fucking $900 up front for your next 3 years of playing, which is
Yeah,
kind of, or what is it, $450, not $900.
yeah. Still, that's might as well be 900 in today's economy.
Anyway, you got one more team or no? Do we do all your teams?
No, I just have the two teams. I just have the two teams. It's
I thought you
the
had a third one.
no.
Well, anyway, let's wrap this up. So you're sticking on that one team. You're gonna play Dowdle. You're playing Dowdle over Chubba.
I'm still up in the air. What time do they play on? They play what 1 o'clock on Sunday. I'm still up in the air right now. I think I'm gonna wait for reports to come through from practice. I think there still is the possibility that Chuba, even though he is practicing, doesn't play this week. So I'm kind of up in the air on that one. I'm playing Bill. Hold on, let me pull up my.
I'm gonna play
If
Bill
you want,
too. I don't trust him, but the Dallas matchup is too juicy, and I'm gonna fucking take the swing this week.
I can pull up my screens again real quick. Just go through my team's recap, or if you want to go through your team's recap, see kind of we could go talk about what we think we're
Yeah, it
gonna
was
do for the
basically
week.
like calling your shot. Like that was the one thing that stuck out to me was you still had Dowdle in your thing, and you said that you might play him over Chuba. So just like in recap, like next week, see if you stuck with that decision or if you ended up changing your mind and just to reflect on.
Yeah, for sure.
And then the other
I'm
one was the other team was you have a surplus of wide receivers, so trying to make that trade and get rid of one of the receivers and get an elite running back on that team and take it over the top.
Yeah, I'm sharing that screen now. Actually, I'm in the same position too with Chuba there and Dowdle as well. So
I can't see it.
um,
Oh, there it is.
I may even honestly go one league Chuba, one league Dowdle, and just kind of take the take the loss wherever it lands. Maybe they both hit, like you said. They could share and wind up kind of equalizing points there or canceling each other out. But I think I'm gonna rock with Baker, JSN, McConkey this week against Indy. Indy's been playing well, but I think Herbert doesn't really have many options at wide receiver right now. I think Gadsden will also have a good game if you decide to start him. I don't think that's a bad play. Dowdle is up in the air. Mason is kind of up in the air as well. Um, I don't really have any other options. I don't want to. I don't really want to start Vidal over Mason right
I
now. I
start
don't.
Ertz over Henry.
Yeah, I'm thinking about starting Ertz over Henry, especially against Dallas. That's actually a good idea. Let's do that now. Ertz, I think um, now that Daniels is back, Ertz is going to continue to climb up the boards. He's going to be a top 10 tight end, I think, rest of the season. Just my opinion. Um, I think there might be other people out there who agree, but uh, it's kind of a far-fetched thing as well. I don't think he's projected a lot of
Yeah.
people's top 10.
If you can add Josh Jacobs to this team, it's really good.
Um, Nico, I'm going to start this week. I thought about maybe flip-flopping him and Tet, but I think I'm going to start Nico. If Igbukwe was playing, I would obviously play him against the banged-up Detroit secondary,
Yeah.
and the lack of real solid receiving options in Tampa right now. If Igbukwe was the only one there, that would be huge for him. I was hoping he would have that game last week. No Godwin, no Evans. He should have had a fairly good game last week, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, he got hurt. As far as my other league goes, kind of same thing. I got to start May. I've got no option. Dowdle is up in the air. Tet, kind of feel like I got to start him. Debo just got the questionable tag again. Son of a bitch, don't like that. Ferguson, got to start him right now. He's kind of like
Yeah,
CD
Ferguson's
coming
good.
back. I think you think CD lowers his target share when he comes back.
Uh, it's possible.
I know Dak likes Ferguson around, especially around the end zone. I just hope that it sustains. But I do have Kittle possibly coming back off of IR, which should bode well for me. Mason, kind of in between Mason and Montgomery. Honestly, this week is my real thing. And
Yeah, I like Montgomery.
yeah, I think I'm gonna go Montgomery too.
But I like Hubbard over Dowdle. As long as they keep saying that Hubbard's still the starter, you got to
Yeah,
play them versus the Jets,
yeah.
stopping the run.
Obviously, if that continues to be the narrative, then I'm gonna change that out for sure. I think just right now, I think I'm just optimistic. Hopefully, just trying to ride that wave of the last two games. I guess I don't want it to be over, but I'm gonna have to face the music here before Sunday.
Well, we'll see if you can get your hands on this team's kind of fucked. No offense. If nobody can trade, you're gonna have to
Yeah,
get lucky off waivers.
nobody, nobody fucking trades, man. Nobody
But at
trades.
least you have both
I,
the Panthers back running backs, so you'll be fine.
yeah,
It'll shake itself out. But hopefully you can get Jacobs on the one team. Maybe I could shake the Brees trade in the Dynasty League. And do you have any like hot takes about like any of the matchups? Like, do you think anything crazy is gonna happen this week?
in terms of the
I don't know
fantasy,
anything in regard to NFL.
uh,
I think
who's playing this week?
mine would be the Jets are gonna sit on Fields, but like if the Jets get blown out by the Panthers, then like they're gonna make some changes. They'll play Tyrod Taylor. They might send Brees away.
I think that's a possibility. I think uh, who does who's that guy that they have? Braylon Allen is
He's hurt.
he can yeah, I know he's hurt, but he could come back next year. So I do definitely think Brees is a really big piece on the table to move for them to try and build moving forward. So I think you're right about Tyrod. I think Shador is always a possibility down in Cleveland.
Oh yeah.
How how much of a possibility I don't know.
That I
Like
think that
Gil,
would be something they would announce up front because they said they want a full week of him practicing.
um, I don't know though, man. Mid game, they may if they're getting spanked, they may just throw him in there, right? I don't know. I think that I'm kind of predicting one of Flacco or fucking Rodgers to get hurt this weekend, trying to fucking relive the glory days.
It's not really any good games this week. The best one is the Bucks or the Lions
Yeah, yeah.
on Monday night.
That's going to be interesting for Baker. I think there's a lot of MVP chants going on down there in Tampa. Not saying that they're unwarranted by any means, but I think this week, if he is without, especially all three of his top wide receivers, is going to be a telltale sign of if that is the case.
And yeah, and the line's banged up, and he doesn't have Bucky. If
Yeah,
Baker can beat the Lions without any of his receivers and a banged up line and without Bucky, that's pretty crazy.
yeah.
He will like
Who,
solidify like an MVP like ballot, and he'll just have to continue to play decent the rest of the year, and like he'll be up there. Like if he could beat them this week, it'll really solidify that.
well, that's what I'm saying. I totally agree. I think it's hard not to put his name at the top of that list at that point. Um,
Where do they play in Detroit?
I'm honestly not
Yeah,
sure.
in Detroit.
What about who do the Niners play this week?
I
And do we
think
have
they're
any
off.
word on the
Oh no, they play
all the
Falcons.
oh, so they play the Falcons. Is there any word on Brock Purdy?
Um,
And this is the first real game that the I don't want to say real game, but this is the first real tough opponent that the Niners are going to have.
they're evaluating Ricky Pearsall and Brock Purdy still. They expect Kittle back.
Okay.
I think you have Kittle on one of your teams.
Yes, I do. I do have Kittle that could help me, but I have Ferguson as well. Um, but I guess if I might be able to plug and play two tight ends. I guess if I need to, being that I'm kind of rough in some other spots.
All right. Well, this was fun. We
Yeah,
went
man.
like a really long time, but I'll be free like next Monday or Tuesday. It might be fun to do it on a Monday after Sunday and before Monday Night Football. We could go into matchups and see if there's anything that you need 50 points from somebody or something like that. Might be fun.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. We'll definitely will. I mean, even if it winds up being on a Tuesday for waivers, or we could just mix it up every week whenever we're free.
All right, sweet.
All right, brother.
I'll catch you later.
All right, man. Talk to you soon.